knew Kyle. And I think
I really don't have much to say about how I first met Kyle, and that's for a good reason. Because the first memory that I have of meeting Kyle was playing my favorite board game, Settlers of Catan. And so if my first memory is playing Settlers of Catan, you're all right in my book. I really don't need anything else to know about you. But I did want to tell a story, because I don't think my mom will tell it, of how my mom first met Kyle. And my mom at first had a little bit of trouble remembering Kyle's name, or his last name. And eventually, though, my mom really likes board games, and she figured out that Dupik is, you can rearrange the letters and spell Cupid. So sometimes she would say, "Who's your boyfriend again, Liz? Is it Kyle Cupid?" And so that's how she got to know Kyle and remembered his name.
And I'm sure I met Kyle before because I was at BB as well. But I didn't really care much about it. But I first started wondering about this Kyle Dupik kid and what he was like when I started getting emails from Liz when I was in medical school about him. So they, it was my first year in medical school, and Liz and I were now 5 hours apart when we had been, a floor apart. So she was keeping me updated on her life, and she started out with these emails with some introspective comments about her feelings regarding Kyle. And so after an SCD retreat, she tells me, "I really just want to talk to Kyle." And then another email says, "He's kind of like Edward Cullen." Not awkward. When he looks at me out of the corner of his eye, I just want to tell him everything that I'm thinking. In Bella's words, I'm dazzled. Then she says, "I like him because I feel like he's bringing me closer to God, and that's what I've always been looking for." And another thing, after Kyle invited her to a Christian rock band concert, she said, "I've been praying about Kyle and I hanging out, and whether it's a good idea, and I just feel like this is my answer." So then one day I got a 2-line email, and 2 lines. "Last night Kyle asked me if he could be my boyfriend." And I said, "Sure." So then I got a few more emails about why she likes Kyle. We get along really well, even if I call him out on stuff. There was a little bit more. Anyway. Mostly I like it when he does cute things, and normally that stuff really weirds me out. A couple of nights ago, we were doing homework together, and before he left, he took my calculator and typed, "I like you," into it. Kyle tells me all the time that he thinks I'm hot, and sometimes I catch him checking me out.
Careful what you say.
P.S. Kyle called me a blessing today. I may be in danger of liking him a lot more than I intended to. And she sure did, because I do want to spend almost all my time with him, and when I haven't heard from him in a while, it makes me a little crazy. Then I did hear about, all happy, good things, and I heard about a fight as well. So they were in church, and something happened, and it made Kyle mad, and that made Liz mad. And so she says, "I was kind of ignoring him and was planning on yelling at him at the end of church, and then it just felt wrong to be mad at him, and I held his hand, and it was just like I could decide to be mad at him, not be mad at him, I could decide not to be mad at him, and that would be better than selfishly forcing him to see my side of things. I miss my boyfriend. I'm going to find him now." That's what she said. It was just like train of thought to me, and then I gotta go find Kyle. So anyway, eventually I got to know Kyle in person, and not just from email comments when he came home and that kind of thing. And as I got to know him and heard, not by email, that they were engaged, I was truly excited for their life together and the awesome things they're going to do. So, we're welcoming you to the family. So while Kyle is preparing to share life with Liz for many years to come, we've had the joy of growing up with her, and the last 20 plus years have produced many memories from which we've learned a lot
Liz's younger brother, I've done my fair share of terrorizing her, especially when I was a little kid. For example, I cornered her and her friends in the sandbox one time and actually bit one of her friends. And I also pretended to be a dinosaur once and chased her around the house. So I've done my fair share of terrorizing her, but it's actually the more simple things that make her the most upset. My advice to you, Kyle, is always remember to save her a spot and include her. At the student recognition dinner that we have at BV every year, Liz told me that she wanted to come, and she also told me that she wanted to go to the play that night. So I said, okay, I'll get you a ticket for the play, and everything will be good. And so the night came, and I had her ticket to the play, but I forgot to save her a spot at the dinner. So she walked into the room, and I saw her face of just disappointment in me, and it was the worst face that I've ever seen. And I hope that Kyle never has to see that face again. I don't have to see it, and I hope he doesn't have to see it. And I can see that he's already doing a good job because they're here sitting together at the wedding. So that's my advice. Remember to save her a spot.
And so I actually think that Kyle probably knows most about Liz. He's spent a good year in it. I don't know how long we've been together, but it's long enough that he probably knows most. I'm not sure what more advice I can give. Just want him to know that she is loyal and loving and cares about people and will be dedicated to you and to whatever you guys choose to do together. So that's that. And there's a family saying that the longer the spoke, the greater the tire. So we're going to wrap this up and have a toast. I have plastic lemonade. To Liz and Kyle, may you have
many long and happy years together.
cheers.